All right, Evan, you ready?
Yes.
Ian, since you're watching this video, I'm assuming you're ready as well. Okay, lesson 27, we have reading scales, So we are going to be reading thermometers is what we're talking about, thermometers. So we're on page 128, lesson 27. Page 128, lesson 27. So first off, what is a scale? One use of a number line is as a scale for measuring temperature. So on a thermometer, we use a thermometer with essentially it's a big number line on it. So when you're looking at a thermometer, all those little dashes on there, so going up to, let's say 100 and then down to 0, everything in between there is going to be a number. So this is a number line, but listed on a thermometer. So we go 0 degrees all the way up to 100 degrees on usually the Celsius scale. So if we were looking at a Celsius on a thermometer, because it usually lists both, you would start at 0 degrees and it goes up to 100 degrees. And then for Fahrenheit, you would start at 32 degrees and then you'd go up to 212 degrees. So we'd start at 32 degrees Fahrenheit because that's freezing, and then you would go up to 212 degrees Fahrenheit because that's boiling. Well, yeah, okay. So boiling point for Celsius would be 100, boiling point for Fahrenheit is 212, and then freezing point for Celsius is 0, and then freezing point for Fahrenheit is 32 degrees. So those are usually ones you need to have in the old noggin. Celsius is really easy to memorize because 0, that's freezing. 100, boiling. Fahrenheit's a little bit different. Fahrenheit, as long as you remember that 32 degrees is freezing, you're good. And then 212 for boiling is usually the harder one to remember between the two. So, Evan, do you have those mostly memorized?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, good. All right, so, okay, example one. Example one, and example one is on page 129. Example one, page 129. So what temperature is shown by this thermometer? So I'm going to draw the thermometer here, and then I'm going to go up to 80 degrees Fahrenheit. Down at the bottom, I got 0. I'm just going to list, actually I'm going to list 32. 32 degrees Fahrenheit. So I'm going to list 70 right here. And I know it is not to scale. This does not look great. So 70, 71, 72, 73, 74. Oh, that doesn't work. Okay, I'm just going to list 75 in the middle right there. So my point is going to go up to, I'm going to use red because usually the thermometer is filled with red. So here's my starting point. It's going to go up to right there, right in the middle of 70 and 75, right in the middle of 70 and 75. So Evan, what would you read that at if you saw that on a thermometer? So it's right in between 70 and 75, or 70 and 80. Yep. This is different than the one in your book. So the one that you see in your book, yes, that one would be 72 degrees Fahrenheit. The one I drew here is 75 degrees Fahrenheit because it's directly in the middle of 70 and 80 degrees. So I did a different one from the book. But the book, yes, it would be 72 degrees Fahrenheit. Good. Okay, so let's try example 2. Example 2. Example 2, it says, to what number on this scale is the arrow pointing? So I'll work on my drawing skills here again. Let's see how it goes. So this looks like a speedometer. No, it's not because cars don't go up to 600. So we have 600 down here at the bottom. I don't know what this is measuring. Down to 200. And then here in the middle, we got 400. Got 500 here. 300 here, and then I got a couple dashes in the middle. So my arrow is pointing at have it point at this guy right here. So Evan, where is my arrow pointing at? $550. Yep. And how'd you know that?
I counted up before I did 400, 455, 550, and here I got to the arrow I stopped.
Yeah. So you started at 400, and then you saw that it was going in increments of 50. So it went from 400 to 450, then 450 to 500, then 500 to 550, which is where my arrow is pointing. Good. It's pointing at 550. Circle my answer. Okay. So example 3. This will be our last one. Example 3. So draw a horizontal line, number line from 0 to 500. Okay. 0 to 500. With only 0 and hundreds marked and labeled. Okay, so there's 0 and 500. Evan, where would I put all my others? Yep, 300 in the middle. So 200 right here. Okay, what else do I put on there? Yep. Yeah. Perfect. Good. So we counted by 100s all the way up to 500. So we started at 0, then 100, 200, 300, 400, 500. Perfect. All right, Evan, that's all I got for you. Do you feel pretty good about this lesson so far?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sweet. All right, so you have A through C. So you have a pretty short lesson practice. And then you have 1 through 29 odd. So, all right, that's all I got for you. Bye, Ian. Bye-bye.